agree.
So we have a viewer who wants to know what's the status of Real ID and will it get done this session? Who wants to bring us up to date on Real ID? Should we look at our former law enforcement here?
Sure, you can look at me all you want. Of course, that's come up for the second time around this year, and
in the Senate.
In the Senate, yeah, not in the House yet, but in the Senate, and I'm optimistic that it's going to pass. Where the holdup, of course, is with some of the data privacy stuff. But, we have some people that just simply don't want to do it, and they don't have to do it if they don't want to. We've got a two-place bill, basically. If you want to have an enhanced driver's license, you can certainly do that. But where the real stickler was, of course, with allowing illegal immigrants the ability to have a license, and that's what we're kind of trying to stay away from. It's not really the same issue. I mean, the federal government has said we have to do this by a certain date and get this done, and it has nothing to do with giving people licenses who are not legally here, and that's where the holdup seems to be with the governor's office, and hopefully we can come to some resolve.
President Baker in the House.
I just really think that we have to pass some kind of Real ID bill that makes people not so nervous going to the next airplane in next 2018. So this is really an important bill. Now, we need to find a way to get this done. I am one of the supporters that I think illegal residents should be able to find a way to get a pathway to drive safely and get insurance. Working with my police department back home, I think this is the way to go. Now, I don't think it belongs in this bill. This bill is about Real ID. It's about getting folks that want to get on an airplane and military bases. So what I'm talking about is finding a pathway to getting a driver's permit of sorts to folks that they're working, they're paying taxes, and yet they don't have the full license or the full documentation for a U.S. citizen. We used to be able to allow people to drive here in Minnesota that way, and I think we need to have more conversations about that, but it doesn't belong in the Real ID bill. So I support certainly the Real ID to get off and get it going so we can get that behind us, but then I think there's another day for that conversation with safe roads is what I call it. I think it's important.
Right. Well, that's encouraging to me to hear you say that, because really the bill, Democrats, the problem we've had is that a provision was added to the bill that prevented people from ever getting a driver's license if they're an unauthorized immigrant. So leaving that piece of the law as it is all we want in terms of being able to vote for the bill. And I think the same thing was true in the Senate. A lot of the Democrats were fine voting for the bill. And, of course, if a few people are still so uncomfortable with the data provisions, that's okay, because it doesn't take everybody on the Republican side, because some Democrats want to pass this thing too. So I do think that all of us, or many of us, probably still have some misgivings about the federal government kind of taking over our driver's license. But it's time to move on, and it's time to let Minnesotans get on an airplane without being concerned, or go to the military base and not be turned away, be able to use their driver's license. It's kind of like time to move on, and let's get this thing done.
Yeah. And I think the Senate has done the right thing. I think we call it a clean bill. I think there was some other term other than clean in order to
names for different bills.
Sure. Yeah, but stripping out anything to do with licenses for undocumented, whether it prohibits them or authorizes them. And I think the governor has moved on that as well. So I believe that he's in line with the Senate bill if we can just get the House, to
and we have this two-tiered bill too, so folks don't want to choose to get the enhanced license. They don't have to do anything different than they're doing today. If they just don't want to do that, that's fine. They can still travel with a passport. So again, but we just think that this is important with the new Homeland Security rules and regulations. We need to get on board. We're one of two states left.